Hello, hello, lovely stitchers. Hope you're all well. So our next stitch is going to be a detached blanket stitch or a blanket bar stitch, depending on whereabouts or what you've been taught. I recently realised it was called a detached blanket stitch, but my granny always called it a blanket bar because you make a little bar and then do a blanket stitch over it. So who's right? Who knows? So we will crack on and do this stitch because it is I need to do a few more than normal, so I don't want the time on the video to go over. So let's have a little look. Okay, so we're going back to this work that we did with the twisted chain. Now I'm using another SCHEEPJES, and this is a MAXI Sweet Treats, just because I love how this sits on a knotted, kind of a knotting stitch. Again, I'm going to use a milliner's needle, she says. Can she thread it? Can I thread it? Oh, come on. Okay, let's get a needle threader out. Not that one. But do make life easier for yourself and get a needle threader. That wants to go in the alt. You might want to get yourself a little jar or something and collect all your little threads. This is called an alt. I have them all around the house. So, blanket bar or detached blanket stitch. I'm going to start here on the end of this stick. So I'm going to come up at the end of my stick, my twisted chain, and I'm going to make a large stitch. Okay. Again, this stitch is probably around about. I can't work this ruler. I don't know what that is in. Don't know what that is in inches. It's about a centimetre, about 8 millimeters, which is what? Don't know in inches. Sorry. So I'm going to come back down. It's about ½ an inch, say. Okay, so I've made a huge stitch. Now, you can either come up again next to it or go back and come up this way you came up before, or near enough. Okay, so you can come up there. I like to come up there just because it gives me a little. I don't like to come backwards. I like to go that way, but whichever. So detached blanket bar, detached blanket stitch or blanket bar. So with the back end of your needle, you can go underneath. I'll do it this way first, actually, so you can see without all the thread. You're going to go underneath this big stitch, okay? Then you're going to wrap your thread around the back and pull all the way through. Okay. So under, thread underneath your needle and pull all the way through. The reason I say go with the back of your needle is because you don't catch any thread then. You don't catch any of the fabric, don't catch any of the thread. Okay, so you keep on going. I'm just going to get myself a bit more comfortable. So you're going underneath the thread, the big stitch, thread around the back of needle, and pull. And then pull it along tightly. Just nudge all your stitches along. I'll do it this way again. So underneath your needle, make sure, if you're doing it with the point, make sure you can wiggle your needle. Oops. Thread around the back of your needle and come all the way through. Pull it tight, button it up against the previous stitch. So you've got kind of, can you see, is it focusing, focus, focus? Kind of a really tight blanket stitch next to each other. So you're going underneath, thread at the back, and keep on pulling. And as I say, put it right nice tight up there. Reggie wants to go out, of course, as soon as I start stitching. So I'm going to go all the way to the end. Try not to get yourself in a twist. I use the back end of my needle. Find it far easier because I start to pick up bits of thread and bits of the fabric I'm stitching on. That was the way I was taught many things, to use the back end of your needle, the eye end of your needle. Especially, or if you're using a sort of a tapestry needle or a crewel needle, but I've not all got multiple needles. So what I'm going to do is I've come to the end and I'm going to go back down next to where I went down before. Okay, so I've got a cute little stitch. Okay, I'm just going to pause a minute and then I'm going to come back and show you the next little bit. So just bear with me. Okay, so next stage on these, I'm going to come up next to this one with my thread. No, I'm not. I'm going to come up next to this one with my thread. I'm going to make another stitch. Okay, I'm going to come down next to that one, and then I'm going to come back up next to the one I came upon before. So I've got a big stitch, and I've just turned it round. Okay, because I'm going to do exactly the same, but this time my stitches the edge of my stitches will be this side, not that side. So I'm going to come under my stitch, thread round the back, and pull. And you just pull it all the way to that end, push it along. Sorry if I'm making a bit of a racket. Okay, so we're going to go back of my needle, behind me, oh gosh, wait, she's making a bit of meal of this. I'm going to go exactly the same as I did, but upside down, if you like. So you're making a little. You want to try and keep your stitches as close to one another as you can. Now this thread or any kind of cotton pearle, always wants to twist up, so you just need to untwist it as you go. Back round the back of my needle. And stitch. You want your stitch right up close. I'm not sure whether this darker thread shows up too grey on the camera. I've yet to find a thread that people go, oh yeah, that's wonderful, I can really see that. It's either too light, too dark, too something. You can never work it out. Okay. And it keeps getting hooked up on that. So I've got to the end of my stitches again, end of my stitch, my big stitch, and I'm going to go back down there. Right. So I've made a kind of little, I could have got those a little bit tighter together, I think. Probably. I might just add a bead or something there. We'll see. So I'm going to come over. I'll go up this side. Ouch, just stuck myself. So I'm going to go. I'll do another one. And then I'll show you what the finished article looks like. So I'm going to go up, make a big stitch. Okay. And again, do exactly the same thing. Underneath that, stitch thread round the back. I need my threads all twisted. Come on, come on, come on. So you want to be butting up each stitch against the last one. So you pull it to one side or pull it the other way if you're going, if you're left-handed. Oh my gosh, I just suddenly thought, I can't do a left-handed one of these. I'm sure I can't. Might have a little look. I'll come down this side and do it. Do a lefty. I know I've got a couple of people that are left-handed that watch me. So I do. One of the ladies that comes on on my workshops, Penny, she's left-handed and she teaches her grandchildren, but I think on FaceTime it looks like it's their way around. Can't remember what she said, but anyway, when she's FaceTiming, it looks like they're doing it the correct way around for them as right-handed. Right, so I'm going to go down. I go down that stitch there. Ooh, my needle. Get my needle out of the way. So, because I'm doing it left-handed, I'm going to come up that way. Hang on, let me think. If I come, which way did I go before? I came down that way, didn't I? So no, I'm going to go up there. Ooh, no, I'm not. I'm going to come up there. Yeah. Down at the top and back up. Oh, my brain. Okay, so I'm making a big stitch. Let's push you out of the way. So there's my big stitch. So I'm going to come back that way as a left-handed, aren't I? So I'm going to go underneath, wrap it around the back of my needle and pull that way. Underneath, around the back of my needle and pull towards there. Oh, I'm impressed with myself. I still really, really want to do it the other way though. Oh gosh. Alright, back end of my needle. Under, thread at the back of the needle and pull that way. Okay. I'm just trying. It's Reggie's come back in, and of course the door is now wide open. It's blooming freezing cold. So I need to go and close the door, but I'll do this first. We have ordered a large cat flap, dog flap thing for him. Because honestly, it's so, he wants to be in, out, in, out. It's because he's nosy and there's squirrels in the garden. He wants to go and see what they're up to, or chase them actually. He doesn't want to go and see what they're up to at all. He wants to go and chase them off. So he sees them out the window and wants to go belting down the garden after them. So I have to get up and open the door for him. So, because he's only a smallish dog, we decided that a dog flap. Gosh, I am making a meal of this, aren't I? I do apologise to all the lefties out there. Oh gosh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, because he's only a smallish dog. Right, I'm going to finish it there. Put myself out of my misery and you out of misery, of the pain of it. Go down. Oh, God, that was better actually, because it's more together. So ideally what you want to be doing is trying to keep your stitch, the ridge of the stitch, all on the same side. That's what you want to be doing ideally. So back to the cat flap, dog flap. So yeah, so decided that we will get a dog flap fitted. So I've ordered the dog flap. Hopefully it's the right size. And once that arrives, we will train him to go in and out of that. So we might have to lay bets on how quick it is he learns how to do it. He's a smarty pants because he's got poodle in his breed. He's a border terrier crossed with a toy poodle. So he is quite quick on the uptake of things. It doesn't take him 2 minutes to work things out. So I'll let you know when said dog flap gets fitted and how long it takes him. I believe that it'll take him about a second to work out that he can get out there. It's getting back in. It's getting back in and then realising he can come and go at will. But I did say to Harvey, my son, I said, the only worry I have is if he goes out digging and then comes back in and jumps all over the sofa and the settee and the beds, etc. So we will have to keep his eye on him. Do you know what this is? A nice little stitch turning into. Go back down. So I'm going to come back up there. Down. Which way have I just gone? That way. So I'm going to have to come back up here, aren't I? So, right, I'm going to carry on doing this. I won't make you watch me do all of them. And then I will show you the finished article. Oh, why don't that want to go through there? It does. Just holding it at the wrong angle. I'm probably making a little bit of a meal of it because I'm trying to get it in shot, camera shot. and not. I'm just making excuses, aren't I? Oh, I forgot. I've been told off by Heather. I'm forgetting to say, if you're new and you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe. If you hit the little notifications bell, you'll get a notification of when we've posted the next video or the next video. I've loved reading the comments so far. It's looking really cute, isn't it? Yeah, we've had a few lovely comments so far, so keep that up, because apparently in YouTube world it helps to push your video out there and gets it seen by more people. I know that there's a couple of new subscribers because we've had there's been a bit of chat. So don't feel that you have to have all the kit. I'm going to show you something in a minute when I get to this end that I often do if you're new to embroidery and you've not got lots of thread. I'll show you. Just come to the end of this and I'll show you what I kind of go on the hunt for. And I'll share my secret. I'll share my little secret. It's not really a secret, but right, I'm going to go down there and I'll park that. But you're getting the idea. On every one of these, every stick, I'm going to do 2 blanket bars or detached blanket bar. I might do them big or small. It depends on what space I've got. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to park my needle and I'll show you what I find. So when I'm out and about charity shops or Goodwill or thrift shopping or whatever, I'll come across embroidery kits or tapestry kits or whatever, and they have these in or versions of this in. Okay, this has even got some gold in it, and I might not want to do the embroidery. And usually I don't want to do the embroidery because they're usually quite old-fashioned when they're in the charity shops, but you get a whole range of thread. This is stranded cotton, so you know this is stranded cotton and this is a bit of crewel wool, so I've got a bit of a mixture of each there. This has even got a needle with it. So, and I know with these two, this was 2, and I used the fabric that came in it and use that for something completely different, and I'm just using up the threads as and when I feel like it. But yeah, that's my little tip. If you're in the Goodwill, charity shop, thrift shop, always have a look in the kind of crafty kind of corner and see what you can pick up, because they usually have lots of this. So that is, I will show you a picture of this stitch at the end when I've finished it. It's going to take me a little while to do that, but once the pictures, you've got the idea. I'm not going to make you sit and watch me stitch that, although some of you do say please do. But I'm not going to. So happy stitching, everyone, and I'll see you again with the next stitch. Bye bye.